platforms, he's going to then go for some of these slower, more rangy options to cut off movement. And then you pivot between the faster, grounded options depending on how PK Chris evolves to your game plan. It's very much dependent on condition, reaction, and Oki. And oh, baby, that Donkey Kong was, in fact, here to
banana.
stay. You know, celebrating the new DK game that was shown off.
Where are my banana heads at?
Ooh,
Chat.
banana.
First DK.
Let me get a banana in chat right now. Banana.
Is that the first 3D Donkey Kong game?
In 26 years.
In 26 years?
26 years.
Yo, shout outs. Looks good too.
DK heads were on top right now. Imagine this is DK tag. I should have worn the DK tag. What am I doing? I'm trolling. Anyways, honestly, yeah, obviously this is Tweek playing DK because of the whatever he's trolling. Albeit, this matchup isn't that bad for Donkey Kong.
And Tweek's Donkey Kong is still pretty good. Like,
we got Noodle at home, bro.
One of the people that drives him around is Noodle. He spends a lot of time talking to him, and always ends up playing this character even just as a pocket. While the Diddy Kong is the breadwinner, Donkey Kong absolutely not out of practice. But
I think I can confidently say Jakal is probably the best Wolf player in the world at the DK matchup.
Probably?
Dude, he runs down every DK. Every time I'm like, okay, Jakal might be scared here, but dude, he runs DKs down. I mean, this is Tweek on the DK, but dude, it gets crazy.
Yeah, I think once Jakal had a Chunky Kong problem, he's like, I'm not having this problem.
Do you remember LMBM 23, the crew battle, where it was last stock of Jack versus Jude versus Chunky Kong, and he absolutely demolished him?
I do.
That was crazy,
that was
bro.
awesome.
Shout out to Jakal for that one particularly.
He's
honestly, he's playing we're saying is he's playing the matchup really, really well right now. He's playing the outside of DK's range, forcing him to get over aggressive, and Donkey Kong doesn't really have the safe options to get over aggressive against a character like Wolf. He can take advantage of that and then use his hurt box the size of Timbuktu to combo him off stage, and then that recovery very lackluster, and Wolf most certainly can take advantage, especially catching him jumping with those big wind-up aerials in neutral.
Yeah, Donkey Kong's entire ethos is honestly the quintessential grappler. It's if you respect him too much, he benefits, and if you don't respect him enough, he benefits. You have to find this perfect amount of reckless aggression and careful consideration in order to make sure that the grappler feels his absolute worst. And unfortunately for Wolf, sometimes you fall into that game plan if you fall out of all your confirm ranges. Needs anything, finds the parry up tilt to bring us to an even last stock of this game number one. Can't count anything out yet. DK has so many setups on fast fallers, but seems you're absolutely right in the fact that Jakal is trying his best to play at this perfect range and perfect space.
Even with that giant punch block in, looking to catch Jakal getting over. So he's going to find a nice down throw into dash tag there. Good pressure the up throw into the nair. Going to find 54% on Jakal. Honestly, I think we're around the PTKO percent. That's actually going to be perfect. You find a grab right now, you could just find the stock. Does Tweek on a PTKO? Let's find out. Who knows?
Probably. You know what? Who knows?
Easier than that. It's only it's a muscle memory thing. You're still in. It's around 68 to 92% on Wolf. So I mean, it's going. He's not going far. All right, fair enough. Just gonna back air him.
Just to prioritize the corner pressure. Why give up a good position?
Yeah.
I 100% get it, but at 89% here, you are threatening any sort of option for that Wolf has on ledge to close out stocks, but a jump call out with that up air, and game number one goes to Tweek. Can't sleep on the Tweek. Donkey Kong, it's always in the pocket, ready to go.
My bad, Jude. Sorry, I gassed up his DK counterplay. It's you put baby in the corner, yada yada, and he starts pulling out the crazy nonsense.
Yeah, that up air is specifically to call out a jump. He's doing it while rising. If it was a landing up air, maybe you're trying to do it as just a coverage option, but no, that was a while rising up air. You are going to jump here, and I'm going to headbutt you to oblivion. Game number two, going right back to small battlefield.
I think just Jakal needs to take this as a note of completely locking in here and batten down the hatches and play as defensive as physically possible. Recognize this DK is not playing. You take a hit, he's gonna find an abhorrent amount of damage. And speaking of a abhorrent amount of damage, you're gonna find a down throw there. 50% on the board for Jakal, and immediately even get back up. Oh, I thought it was gonna be forward air there. Oh my God, forward air not even need a double up air.
It's so scary. Because Jack was probably afraid of the same thing. It's oh, I'm probably going to get nared or back aired or something so dangerous here, especially with a couple winds on that giant punch. So let me try and go high and get out of this situation. Well, that's double up air time. But Tweek is just taking advantage of the limited defensive options that Wolf has when trying to recover from off stage, and you get to blow him up for it. And DK absolutely treasured in the feast or famine type of matchups. Oh my God, Wolf forward tilt. Well, no.
Okay, it was giant punch, hurt box extension. Okay, let's relax. Still, Tweek in a very good position. Can catch those anti-airs, getting a little overzealous there with the up smash. Back is not going to find it, going all the way out there. Almost nowhere for Wolf to go, but finds the one avenue where you can go, going low, avoiding that back air. Still sitting here on the first stock. Tweek looking pretty much on move on the ground. Going to find that dash attack on the part of Jakal. Catching that air dodge, and again with the F tilt, still not going to do it there, but DK's lackluster recovery. One good option here at the ledge. Catching him, getting aggressive there with that upper. No invisibility at the ledge here either. Max Rage and DK, we just gone yesterday, because if you let him get a grab at Max Rage, buddy, he'll grab you and he'll throw you.
Yeah,
it's gonna hurt.
This is what I was talking about earlier. Like, when you're playing against grapplers, not only playing it away from them makes a lot of sense. You don't want to get caught with any of those grabs. It's scary. It's dangerous. The amount of snowballing potential that Tweek has with his DK is absolutely up there. But you can't also just try and play back 100% of the time, because then Tweek can just start making these reckless abandoned plays, like those jump callouts, like these platform coverage, that grab.
That might be the sickest I've ever seen in my life. Oh my God. That's what I'm saying. I've seen enough. We need the Nerf pack, man. That was crazy. Oh my God. Here comes the grounded aerial spinning Kong out of shields. Shout out Chunky Kong for that one. Gonna catch a good out of shield option. Gonna frame 7 coming out. Deal with that on Wolf, pressuring your shield. Dash not gonna catch that tech in place to another back here. Not gonna find it just yet, but Jakal covering this ledge very, very well. Waiting for tech. Going a little overzealous there with that down tilt, and that might just be it for how she's swinging at ledge. You overshoot there with the Fire Wolf. That's gonna be the cargo throw into the forward throw. And Tweek up 2-0, 1 game away from that. Ooh, banana.
Donkey Kong gets
not only Tweek plays this where the DK versus Wolf matchup where you have the disjoints to catch Wolf overextending and catch him like with the dashbacks, catching and utilize those grabs to catch him with his lackluster disadvantage state. But also, this is Tweek on this where he's really gonna just like knowing when you're gonna jump and get over aggressive. Like you said, those preemptive up airs, those preemptive anti-airs in general with those grabs, it's just like that's a recipe for disaster.
That we're covering everything, and this is a clinic on like what DK needs to do. It's like, yes, you're gonna get beat up a little bit. Yes, your neutral's not as good. Yes, like Wolf is incredibly safe, and finding the windows may be a little bit more difficult when you have to contest Wolf in a full screen scenario. But eventually, if you get the percent lead, especially if you have the stock lead, Wolf has to surrender a lot of the advantages he has in this matchup just to try and, you know, win the game.
Yeah.
And DK is going to take advantage of that tenfold with every opportunity, every grab, every down tilt, every opening that he finds. It goes crazy against a character like Wolf, who just eats so many punishes. He even tried
+3, by the way.
Yeah, yep. He tried to play the plus frames, but nice awareness from Jakal on the matchup. He still knows the matchup well. It's just, it's real hard to play into, especially when you're playing against one of the best while doing it.
Like, you remember how he's playing against Zomba, right? Where he's like playing a lot more forward, playing at the short hop range with the forward airs. He can't do that against DK. Nope. Dude, that really, honestly, unironically, aerial spinning Kong out of shield, that's how I know this DK is practiced. That's a tech. You cannot just straight up do that. You need to know the tech behind that. And I saw Chunky Kong the other day in Tweek's replies asking if they're going to show him DK tech. I see that, buddy. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Shout out to Chunky Kong. Big F tilt there. Going to take it finally. Second stock here, the part of Jakal. Honestly, I think the only thing you really can do here is maybe just need to like up the ante and employ more of that aggression. I mean, obviously, it's easier than done against Donkey Kong, but like, you need to make up the difference somehow, right?
Yeah, this is the type of positions where once you get a hit, things can change, and you have to try and take that for a mile and make an offensive read. But you have 4.5 minutes. You are perfectly within reason to not try and rush things, because if you do, then Donkey Kong eats you alive and spits you out. Case in point.
Yeah.
One more. Oh, not missing the second down tilt, the second F tilt rather, but finding one more, and then yep, the Wolf Flash. Your hurt box travels before the hitbox, and you don't snap ledge. That is free reign for any spike, and Donkey Kong certainly has one.
Tweek one stock away from taking this 3-0 with the DK. Back air into Denzel coming out. Jakal still showing some seconds least of life. You're going to find the double up air into the F hill. The catch Tweek here at ledge. Had the ready to do the F. The forward air, but the roll behind going to get you back. Giant Punch still charging to definitely have a get out of jail free card to get out of his advantage here against Jakal. Forward up air coming out, looking to keep yourself alive here on this stock. A down speed coming out as well. Tweek looking to get out of his advantage state, but Jakal now finally putting him back in a better position. Doing a great job of dealing with Donkey Kong, keeping him in the place where he's not that great.
Yeah, this has been
there it goes.
Massively beneficial for Jakal to try and make his way back into this game. And oh, what a call out. All right, that's a huge swing. Not only from it, you took the stock on Donkey Kong with Rage, which is absolutely terrifying, but also if you get a big read like that, there's some momentum in your sails, and momentum can change everything. A couple spot dodges to get by, grabbing the DK and finding the down throw dash attack. Seeing the roll, covering with Nair, covered multiple options with that Nair, and then fully spaced out, but Donkey Kong down tilt reaches that far.
Oh, he messed it up. He did the up throw a little, like a frame too late, but he had it on lock. Jakal coming out. Jakal needs to make something happen here at the ledge. This instant goes for the F smash. Had the right idea. Goes for an up smash on the part of Tweek. Tweek looking to keep Jakal on the ropes here. The exact same thing. Down the backers at ledge. Gonna find the over aggressive net of attack with another forward throw. Jakal looking to find him. Catching again. Trying to jump with the Nair. On the third time, they're dropping out with the Nair, just barely avoiding the back here. The reverser coming out. The part of Tweek not going to find anything off of that. Firewolf just in no punish. Had the right, going for the grab. Not going to find anything off of that just yet. Even space there. The laser not going to overextend here. Donkey Kong with Rage, still scary. The Nair coming out, still not going to do it here. Can Jakal from the stock here to the ledge, or is Tweek going to make it back once more?
Oh, there was nothing across all of this. 155, but back throw still not going to do it. Wolf back throw. Not really a kill throw. Instead, we're just feinting. So much feinting from Jakal, and he doesn't commit to anything until he commits to the up tilt. But he does. But it's too much rage and too high percent. He couldn't get any conversion off of the platform extension. Didn't think he had enough time, and the empty land up tilt. Jakal holding steady and batting down the hatches. Knows that he can take his time. Knows that trying to rush any interaction into a grappler is always going to end. But he's still in this set.
Craziest thing there is I'm like decently confident that max rage DK plus Wolf at 118, I think just cargo back throw with the jump up the platform would have done it. So I think Tweek, and there might have been a panic option in the moment. It might have been, I mean, it's like the down throw, you know, trying to get him away from you as possible. But
I forgot about cargo back throw. You might have been right.
That was the Momo back in the day, bro. I hit many a fool with the cargo back throw on the PS2 platform. Don't play with me, dog. Anyways, bring it back to PS2. Tweek still on DK, unmoved. Not going to the other DK.
Unfazed. I mean, the DK has looked good, and if you're going to call out any of these empty landings with grab, you feel pretty good about it. 41% and a full charge on that giant punch. So there is, yeah, any sort of air dodge, any sort of dangerous opportunity there for Jakal could have been met with that giant punch. But he's going to spend some of these resources and take them all back in kind of the down air into the back air. Holding steady on this ledge, Nair sending forward.
Waiting for an aggressive option for Jakal. Went to go cast a jump, but Jakal finally learning his line, recognize, okay, you know what? Tweek is expecting those high recoveries, those high jumps, so I have to keep it on the ground for a little bit. Unfortunately, when you stay on the ground, you stay in the gorilla exhibit. Unfortunately, you see why they put the fence up. He's going to absolutely tear you to shreds.
It's tough. It's brutal because you can't wolf flash the ledge when Tweek is standing right there. Jakal kind of forced to go for these tricky recovery routes or absolutely these risky ones. Sometimes you're just not going to make it back when Wolf is, DK is threatening these 2 frames and not even 2 frames with the F tilt and down tilt and all these ranged disjointed options.
Looking to play patiently here again. Tweek sitting here with the advantage and just waiting for Jakal to overextend. Unfortunately, you got to remember, Wolf is still pretty damn strong given those opportunities. So if you like go over that, should you get over aggressive, Jakal's going to take that run with it. And they say that big damage coming out, finally coming to life here in this game 4. Too little, too late? I don't think so. This is the perfect time to up the ante with the pressure on this monkey.
Up throw into the forward air, 89%.
Put the pressure on the monkey!
And he's keeping that pressure alive and well, but
too much pressure on the monkey.
Yeah, you don't want to risk your stock, but that was a huge opportunity that Jakal had to goes by the wayside. No up smash, out of shield on that dash attack. Staying consistent, I like the idea, but you do have to take these stocks eventually. You can't always let Donkey Kong survive to these maximum percents. As case in point, Donkey Kong can explode in just any given moment. A dash attack's not going to do it. The laser to try and force an air dodge was done a little too early. Couple F tilts. The third one is the charm here, Momo. So we're seeing Jakal. Let's see him commit to something. The answer is the back air F tilt, and that simple string, it does it, cementing Jakal the lead.
Jakal finally playing more confident, recognizing the uniqueness of the Tweek DK has worn off at this point. It's like, you know what? I'm just going to play my game. And playing his game, he's doing double up air into the back air coming out. Jakal looking to end this game once and for all, bring us to a game 5. They're forward air watching on that platform. They're not going to find the anti-air with that up tilt, pressuring the shield with that nair, looking for a tomahawk grab. Big axle coming out again from Jakal. Actually, the first time he's had a pretty substantial lead in the set. Catching, dropping down that shield with the F tilt, looking to catch Tweek. Being over aggressive, gonna catch that jump in there with the nair again, holding that ledge, gonna catch that jump, and back here in game 4, we bring it full circle again, but actually against Tweek this time. The set started with Tweek with an aggressive jump catch, and it's winding down.
To the Diddy Kong. I know Tweek thinks, or in his matchup chart, typically puts Wolf as winning against Diddy Kong, so maybe this is just practice, maybe this is just, hey, I'm playing against my good buddy Jakal, and I'm going to go DK. Who knows?
I'm employing this DK tech I learned, aerial spinning Kong out of shield. You know what? We're a better place to learn that. Bringing us to Town and City, I definitely love this pick here. As a DK connoisseur, as someone, as a prior cheeser, you know, a wise man once told me, no one has ever picked Town and City with good intentions. And that rings true to this day.
Rock ball moment.
Haha! Oh, okay.
Oh, and you're going back throw, or just the cargo down throw to try and set up that exact situation. Which is a little bit off timed with the down air, but you're still covering. Tweek, his ledge trapping fundamentals are still absolutely there. He read the jump air dodge down. He just is a little bit too late on pulling the trigger on the option after. And excellent timing in order to find the platform. He saw the background stop, which means he knew the platforms were going to be coming in shortly back. Ooh.
Now, waiting slowly but surely for Jakal to pull the trigger as we step back. You're not going to find the sweet spot just yet. Is barely outspacing it as well. 50% here on this DK. Parry on that back air at ledge as well. Jakal, we go back to game 1, employing that perfect DK counterplay to a science. In this game 5, you needed to keep yourself alive here. And Jakal, I mean, Tweek needs to adapt to that as well.
Yeah, getting a little bit too greedy with many of his out of shield options. We're seeing spot dodges that are done early, and we're seeing grabs out of shield that are just way too brazen in order to catch. But you need something here. You need to find a way to turn the tides, or else Jakal is just going to continue to needle in on this perfectly safe pressure. And down smash there, absolutely riskless, and the reward was taking the stop. Tweek finds the instant back air afterward. So far from out of it, we do have the giant punch, and we are on Town and City. Things can get dangerous very, very quickly, but you have to try and break through the walls that Jakal have set up, which is going to be easier said than done as you take away chip damage from these lasers.
Jakal one stock away from taking the first set on Tweek in 3 years. The last 8 sets, Tweek is a dominant reign over, and albeit it's been with Diddy Kong, so you know what, we take those. Albeit, like you said, on Town and City, Dying Punch is charged. Find those trips, you find the F-tilts at ledge, you find that down there, and it's last stock scenario!
You can never trust Donkey Kong leads against Donkey Kong. Things can go by the wayside just too quickly, and then it's a grab.
Even game. It's an even game.
Yeah, instantly 35%. I was thinking back at our shield, but both players want to stay safe. The nerves are getting tighter as the game is down to the wire here, Momo. Game 5, but the rising nair catches. A couple back airs keep things safe, but Jakal stays on the same side and finds a huge punish. Keeps on that side and finds another landing catch. Finally, Tweek forces the cross-up as the rising back air catches, but another grab comes in. Jakal in full control and in full command, missing the forward tilt, though, as Donkey Kong jumps out of the corner, missing out on his small bodies. Another up smash. Pulling out the up smashes on the 11th hour. Jakal finally finding these high-value anti-airs. We may be looking for one more, but the empty landing, 172. This is max range giant punch, but Jakal's going to try and not let him use it here. Momo, one more read, one more grab. Jakal knows that he can take his time at 200 because just about anything will do it. Oh, and the nair misses, but the forward air won't do it.
202% on this. Jakal looking to make it back. Goes for the forward air by accident on that shield. And you know what? We take those every day of the week. Jakal takes it in a game 5.